Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss the case of Hindustan COCA-COLA Beverages Private Limited versus Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax. This case has been reported in 103 ITR Tribunal, short note 67. The matter has been decided by Delhi ITAT C bench and the date of the judgment is 12th April 2023. In this case, there were 2-3 issues which were before the Honorable ITAT and which are very important to discuss. In this case, the Assessee has given advances to its distributor in consideration for the receipt of these advances back or the services. The Assessee made an arrangement with the distributor that they will not compete with the Assessee and they will provide Assessee the customer database. First of all, in the preceding year, it was decided by the ITAT that this purchase of customer database is an intangible asset, and in the previous years, the Assessee provided the agreement with the distributor regarding this purchase of customer database and payment of non-compete fees with the Assessee, and this was treated as capital expenditure and the Assessee was allowed depreciation on this. But in the current assessment year for which the assessment was going on, the assessing officer did not provide the depreciation on the basis that the Assessee was not able to provide the agreement between the Assessee and the distributor, so the learned assessing officer disallowed the depreciation. So the submission of the Assessee was that this fact has been verified by the assessing officer in the previous year, so that should not be made the basis for disallowance, and the ITAT held that once the Assessee has given the agreement in the previous years, so at that stage that agreement has been verified. So if for any reason the Assessee is not able to provide the agreement in the current assessment year, that should not be basis for the disallowance of the depreciation in the current assessment year. The second issue was that in this case the assessing officer made addition for some creditors to which the notices under section 133 subsection 6 and some inquiries were made, but they do not responded to the letters of the assessing officer. So it was the point of the Assessee that only non-submission of reply by the creditors, the addition cannot be made if the Assessee is otherwise able to prove the point that the payment has been made to the creditors and those expenses have been booked. We have seen in our assessment proceedings that the assessments are opened 5 or 6 years old. Sometimes the notices which are sent to the creditors, they are at old address, they are at old email address, they are not received, and even if they are received, the creditor do not take the botheration to respond to them because of some not good relations between the creditor and the Assessee. So if the Assessee is otherwise able to prove his point that these expenses have been booked, these expenses are genuine, then only because that they have not responded to the notices of the assessing officer, the addition cannot be made. The next point was that in this case the Assessee has purchased various ice boxes which in the previous years were held as part of the plant and machinery and depreciation was allowed. So on that basis the ITAT said that in the current assessment year also the depreciation should be provided on the ice boxes at the same rate which was provided to the Assessee in the previous years. Friends, this case is very important because it throws light on the very important point that even if the creditor do not respond to the notices of the department and the Assessee is otherwise able to prove the expenses incurred, then only because of that reason that the creditors don't respond to the notices, the addition cannot be made. At the end of this video, once again, I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Hindustan COCA-COLA Beverages Private Limited versus Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, and this case has been reported in 103 ITR short note 67, and the matter has been decided by Delhi ITAT bench, and the date of the judgment is 12th April 2023. Thank you, friends.